Episode 78,
79.
79. Yes,
Tamara.
episode 79. We're joined by Tamara, who is a person who works in the zoo. So go ahead and let us know. I'm sorry.
That was
I
the
know.
best cop out.
I am so sorry. I forgot to ask you, like, what exactly. Like, you know what? Hey, we might as well. So what is
Yes, right now. Mm-hmm.
I'm a vet. I
Okay.
work at the zoo.
Well, see, that
Yes.
makes more sense.
Yeah, a little bit more sense, right?
Okay. That makes a lot.
Yeah, I also work at a few other places here in Kuwait, between the scientific center with both terrestrial and marine mammals, and then I run kind of my own thing on the side if anybody needs anything, from like any range of species, from cats, dogs, birds, goldfish, sugar gliders, horses. Not so great with cows. I think we have an energy clash. They don't like to be touched, and I'm very touchy-feely, so there's a little bit of an issue there.
Wait,
But they're cute from afar.
You deal with the sugar gliders? Wait, what? I forgot. What are sugar gliders exactly?
Yeah, what are those?
They look like little flying squirrels, but they've got like those stripes down the back. Yeah, so I do mostly exotics work. That's kind of my field, and especially with like the big boys, like giraffes.
Where can I get one though?
Big apes. They're actually illegal in the country, but you can get them at Souk al-Irani.
I will not buy one. I really will not buy one. Wink, wink.
And I will
What does it look
treat
like?
one.
What is
Hold
it,
on,
Ali?
can
Can
I-
you?
should-
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, no way.
He can cast.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
Yeah, here. They're called sugar gliders. There we go.
I mean, people sell
Oh!
axolotls here. Yeah,
Wow.
they're super cute. They're kind of assholes. So
Yo, that's
Do
my
they
kind of
fly?
pet. Super cute and kind
yeah,
of
they
nice.
actually they actually fly. Like if you make them a room, they will jump from one area to another. If they're one of the really social ones, they'll just live on your shoulder. Like
Dude.
some of them are so cute. Yeah, they're so
They're so
cute.
cute.
For the past
That's
few
so funny.
episodes, I kept saying I wanted something that's called, see, I just typed TI and look what I get.
Ti.
It's called the pygmy marmoset, by the way. I
A
think is what you're
marmoset.
looking
Yeah,
for.
that is that's
Pygmy
what I'm-
marmoset.
oh my God. Where can I get these
Yeah.
in Kuwait?
You can illegally buy them off of an illegal breeder.
I
In
will
Kuwait.
not. I will not buy one. Wink, wink.
Yeah, they're actually quite hard to take care of. I mean, there are people who keep them. You have to, like, it's nice to have them in pairs, but they're so small, like things break that are that small, and they're also very hard
Wow.
to fix when they're that small.
Mhm.
Like I've done bird surgeries before, but like with them, they have all these nutritional diseases. It's like keeping a mini human, like a mini baby human. It's kind of the same type of.
Yeah, you can't do surgery on that thing, Ali.
I can.
No.
I actually can.
Oh, you
but
can?
It's just, yeah, it's a little difficult.
Mhm.
I just watched a cat puke and my other cat eat it. So that's why I like got shocked for a second. I have like a Scottish fold who's super deformed because he's a Scottish fold, but he's got like one descended testicle and he has arthritis and he's only one. And he screams at me all the time, and he's got like a really smushed face, and he will eat anything. And literally, I just witnessed that, so
Okay.
he's not gonna sleep next to me tonight. Sorry.
He wasn't messing around when he said he'll eat anything. He was
Yeah,
not
this
joking.
is literally
But
but these
like,
guys are super cute.
I really want one. Like, I
Yeah,
genuinely really want one.
Let's talk about the traffic trade right now, like the
Okay.
the animal trafficking
She
trade.
almost said drug
Um,
trafficking.
Yeah, I
Do you
did.
know anything about that? We can talk about that if you want.
Those are illegal things that I don't know anything about. So,
Fair.
What are the legal
when it
things that you
comes
do
to-
know about?
when it comes to these guys, with monkeys that you see in general, or the cheetahs that you see in general in the Middle East, a lot of them are taken from their parents at a really young age. So what they do is they shoot the mom and they take the baby, and then they raise them in these like really poor conditions. Like for example, I get a lot of people who get these bush babies. There's also a small primate looking thing you might like. And this woman was telling me, there it is, he's Googling it.
What were they
Type in
called?
Bush baby. Bush baby.
Oh wow.
You can't do this
Yep.
to me. Now I have to choose. What is
You just
this?
had one thing. You had just one choice. Now you have the whole kingdom, the animal kingdom.
So some woman messaged me and she's like, oh, it's dying. And they all want an Instagram consult. So I'm like, all right, well, what's going on? It's like the middle of my gym time. And she's like, I don't know. It's not doing well. And it looks like it's not doing. I'm like, all right, put some honey on its gums. Maybe it's like very low in glucose, whatever. And she sends me a photo of this thing and it looks like half dead. And what I mean half dead, I mean, it's like skin and bones. I'm like, all right, how long have you had this for? He's like, no, she's feeding it Cerelac and milk. Okay. Their diet consists of saps, small birds, like nectars, fruits, vegetables, worms. It's like, so you feed them eggs, feed them chicken, feed them like a mix of, you want to keep things close to the environment.
Where are you gonna find worms and stuff in Kuwait City?
Oh,
Or
you
find
can.
dead
No, you
eggs?
can. You can
Oh my
find.
God.
You can find everything.
Yeah, and there are people here who breed insects, like for reptiles. Like this is a thing. Like this is a whole world of things.
This is an
But this woman was
undiscovered
like,
world in Kuwait.
it's amazing. It's like
It is.
underground, like trafficking. But
It's like
anyway,
Pokemon, but real life.
really, for
I
sure.
had to. I know people get offended by my jokes sometimes. Come on. It's a Pokemon, but
Not
real
offensive.
life. All right, fair. Cool.
So this woman tells me she's been feeding it, like, and I'm like, all right, you can bring it to me in the morning. I'll take a look at it, whatever. And then she decides not to show up because she's like, well, my husband said it looks better, and he said I couldn't bring it. I said okay. And then in the afternoon she messages again. She's like, I'm trying everything. I even put my Zemzem on it. I'm like,
Oh my!
I was like,
I tried everything.
I was like, I was like, okay, I'm like, يبي خليني أقرأ عليه, like at this point, this is the last thing I have to do if this is what people think medicine is in this country.
Oh my God.
But I've had some, it's a trip working here. There's a lot of religious constraints too. It's like, like they don't want to neuter their cats because Rabb al-Alameen, but then they can't like pay for the kittens and then they have nowhere to keep it and then they just throw them on the streets. It's a weird culture.
It is.
It's a weird culture.
It is. But like, that one killed me. I mean, I'm tearing right now. This is the first on the podcast. Well done. Cool. But it's like, I don't know what to say. It's like the treatment of animal in Kuwait, I'll be very honest, it's trash. It's super bad. Like it's no joke. Like,
yeah, I mean, treatment of people is trash. So what
do you
am I going to
expect of the animals? Yeah, exactly. Even though like, I don't get it. Like the amount of times I hear my friend they laugh at like stupid shit like, oh, I just ran over a cat. I'm just like, dude,
oh yeah,
that's fucking scary. That's not funny. Why? Even sometimes.
I mean,
like,
it's even more basic than that. Like I'll have a client and she's like, I have a turtle. I've had it for 5 years, like a tortoise, like a land tortoise. Or like let me tell you about the tortoise. I'll tell you about the sea turtle. This is this stuff you can't make up. So this tortoise, this woman was like, I'm like, okay, well, have you been feeding it for 5 years? And she's like, lettuce. And I'm like, okay, do you put it in the sun? And she's like, no. I was like, okay, so lettuce has no nutritional value. And so tortoises should not be eating lettuce. It's the equivalent of eating McDonald's for your whole life. And so I was like, all right, in 5 years, like you didn't think to research? And she's like, no, actually I didn't. Like 5 years she's had an animal and never thought to research like proper environment, proper nutrition, like let alone I ran over a cat. Like even the most basic thing you can give, which is environment and nutrition, people don't do. On the other hand, I had a woman who had like a water turtle that she feeds like mechbous and like anything that's on the table, like like a marabian and
just leftovers and stuff.
Yeah, that's what she was feeding the turtle. And then she's like, it's 10 and it's sick. I'm like, yeah, okay. You're feeding it mechbous. And I asked her if she puts like filfil on it, and she's like, yeah.
Just peppers and stuff, and just random things that turtles shouldn't be eating, huh?
Pretty much. Have you ever seen a video of a turtle eating chili, like a really hot chili? Dude,
No.
I've seen it. It's like super traumatizing. Okay, well, for our viewers who are watching now, if you do not like to look at this up, or if you affiliate with PETA, you may stop watching now. Because I'm about to like show. Okay, so it's called the Turtle Eats Chili. I think it's a turtle. I'm not sure which reptile or amphibian it is, to be honest. But look at this. Here, let me share a sound real quick.
It screams.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, man, that shit. Why would that? What's wrong with these people?
Like, I don't even know like why they do that kind of stuff, but like, it's like.
Have you seen turtle sex though?
Yeah, I did, but I don't think we should be showing that. I don't think we
But
should.
that shit's like 100% real. We
Wait,
have
you're
one
kidding.
that. No, I'm dead serious. We have one turtle, and you can hear him like all over the zoo, and he has no shame. It's like in front of visitors, in front of children. His name is Alberto, okay? And Alberto literally like is just on a feast. He's like, it's like one there, doesn't matter what like line of tortoises you are, he will go for you. Like, no joke.
Alberto.
My guy likes to experiment. Shout out Alberto.
So what's the day of the life in the zoo?
Yeah, like what is it like? Yeah, I want to know that.
Okay, so I get there around like 7:30. Usually we have an hour and a half of coffee for some people, and usually we try to rounds like so we'll go around. We have a mini like a small golf cart. We have a lot like we have annual vaccines. We've got twice a year deworming. We've got testing
for the animals
diseases.
or for you.
I would love to test some of my coworkers, but it's definitely for the animals.
Okay, I was like, deworming?
I mean, yeah, because it's a good question, Ali, because some animals actually do spread like dangerous parasites and whatnot. So, yeah, but
and that actually happens. So one of the diseases we test for is brucella, and brucella is a little bacteria that that you can personally, a human can get it from handling blood or amniotic fluid. So like an aborted fetus, if you're touching the fluids and you accidentally touch your mouth, or like unpasteurized milk. And what it does is it creates this like chronic fatigue in the body with joint pain and like also a lower sperm count. So it's very like a lot of men get scared because like I can't have kids. I'm like, but you also may not be able to walk up the stairs. Like, you know, which one makes sense for you. So we
and
test
you get
for
that how? Yeah, so you test for it, but how do you get it?
Yeah, if you're like, so basically if you're handling an animal that has it and that animal like blood spills on your hand and you ingest the blood, or if you're handling an aborted fetus and you accidentally like touch your mouth, or if you're drinking unpasteurized milk, and that's usually the most common way to get it. Because a lot of like the people who live out in the desert, they'll like milk their camel or whatever and drink it. And I mean, it sounds like, when I'm saying it sounds like a punch to the Middle East, but it's actually really what happens.
No, it's true. No, we do like the amount of times that I've been to like, they start milking that shit and they're like, here, drink. I'm like,
Hey,
no, no, I am good. Water will do me fine, you know? And they're all drinking like after each other. And
yeah, it's some weird shit. Like, honestly.
Good stuff, guys.
But yeah, we test for that. We'll test for things that can spread, like especially from like cage to cage, from handling. And then one of the big things that we actually don't test enough for here is tuberculosis, because great apes and monkeys can both get it. And since we have that wildlife trade with monkeys, baboons are super susceptible to tuberculosis and they can just pass it to us. The thing is that's lucky is that us, like in the Middle East, a lot of us are vaccinated for it, but in America, they're not. So when I was working at a rehab, monkey facility in undergrad, they wanted to like tuberculin test me. It was for cognitive research, actually. Saw your face. And so I test positive on tuberculin. Obviously,
monkey rehab. That's what I was. You said monkey rehab. I'm like,
it's a rehabilitation center, but they actually like they just do like cognitive changes or genetic like research. So like one of the things I was doing was on polymorphism, like serotonin polymorphism, and looking at stressors.
Wow.
But they made me get tested, and like I tested positive, and they're like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Oh, we're vaccinated in my country. Like, are you not?" And in America, they're like, "No, we don't vaccinate for tuberculosis." So they do another type of test. But yeah, we can get that from monkeys.
Okay, so but you're testing. So, but you're usually testing the monkeys every day, like, or the animals.
No, just
so
once.
So once every once in a while, you test the animals. You feed the animals.
Yeah, if there's anything that needs to be done, like for example, like right now I have one of my cases is a chronic case, so I've been treating it since January. Okay, and it's one of our tigers. Do you know the Majnuna tree, bougainvillea? It's like all over Kuwait. It's got like the red flowers.
No, I haven't been outside my house for the past few months.
I 100% assure you it's in your backyard. It grows everywhere in this country. I'm scared. There's like nothing.
No. Actually nothing in my yard. Yeah.
You need plants, man.
The only thing we have is like we have two, what are they called in English? Palm trees. And we have like 6 olive trees. Obviously, you can tell the olive trees barely live, but my dad is trying very hard with them. But the palm trees are doing fine. They're okay.
You must have either Palestinian, Jordanian, or Lebanese blood in you if you're trying to grow olive trees.
Shit, she got me. No. The thing is, my dad is he loves going to Lebanon a lot, so he
brought Lebanon to Kuwait.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, they're barely. Don't get me wrong.
You're missing a little bit more corruption, but yeah, like pretty close.
Don't get me wrong. They're barely living. Like those stuff are basically just a bunch of sticks put together, you know. But like it's it's doing fine. It's okay. I mean, whatever brings home. You know what I mean? But I haven't heard of these red flowers.
Yeah. So there's these trees that have these like purplish reddish flowers on them, and we had them in some of the enclosures, and this can actually also happen in humans. It's called rose handler's disease, but it can cause 2 types of fungal infections that like are cutaneous, so they're in the skin, and then they can actually spread into the lymph nodes and become systemic, meaning like into the body. So he got his paw infected because he got one of these thorns inside, and it caused this massive reaction. So we did a few debridements because it like pulls out these little black spores out of his paw, and like his paw was the size of my face, like it was massive. But he's doing really well now. Like you can. Yeah? No, this is a tiger we're talking about, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he gets a certain medication like every day. You know, he gets different medications every day. He's on like liver supplements because the antifungal that I have him on is super strong and can like kill his liver. So it's like a very fine balance of making it have an effect, but also making sure that his liver isn't damaged. So I have like some patients that have regular treatments. And then there's like the occasional, like this thing ran into a fence and broke its leg. Or like we get the other day we got an eagle that was dropped off at the zoo. She is not so nice, but she was kept for 4 months with these guys. I think they thought the wing was going to miraculously heal, even though it was sticking out from both ends. And they just dropped her off, and they were like, we don't know what to do with this anymore. I was like, okay. So I repaired the wing yesterday, but it's like a 50-50 and whether it's going to take or not take. So there are days that I'm there for like forever, and there are days where literally I'm sitting around like catching up on paperwork. I was gonna say on my iPad, but I decided to say something more.
Yeah, I mean, in case they're hearing or in case they're watching, it's paperwork. Otherwise, it's Candy Crush.
So the zoo's closed right now. There are no visitors.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. We have this little lion that was surrendered to us in like December or January, and he was just a baby at the time he was dropped off, but he's bigger now and he likes me, so I take him for walks sometimes. Like
that's so cool.
Yeah, I tried to leash train him in the beginning, and that wasn't so nice. He's a little stubborn, so like I'll have him on the leash, and he'll like sit down and like grab it and start like growling. So what I do now is I just tempt him with food. He's very intrigued by the other lions, like the big lions. He'll like look at them and not know what's going on.
Yo, there's more of me. Yo, what is this?
Yeah.
Hey.
And the other lions are like, what the hell is that? Like, why is there one more, you know?
Yeah, it's like, this cage ain't big enough. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. But yo, you know, this is the stuff you see in music videos, like walking with a lion. Like, come on, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, here's a good question.
He's adorable.
Is there a chance I get to meet that lion?
Not up close and personal, no, because now he's gotten to that age where he's like super aggressive.
I see.
Yeah, so not all of them.
Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. You know, he thinks he's playing like with me because I see him a lot. I'm still on the verge of okay. Like I did get a nail caught in my arm the other day, but like my other coworker who's his baba, also like I'm his mama, he's his baba. Totally got his pants ripped. Like he bit them and tore them off. And I was like, all right, we kind of have to start reevaluating.
Yikes.
That's
yeah,
not
that
funny.
point.
That's
Yeah.
not funny. That's not funny.
Yeah, now it's like maybe not so much anymore. And that's the thing, like people don't get. They're like, oh my God, do you go hug him? I'm like, I like my face, guys.
That is amazing. Like you get to see these exotic animals up close and personal while we, the normal people, watch it from behind cages and wish we were. But one of my biggest dreams in life, other than owning an illegal monkey, is to hug a bear.
Oh, that one's difficult.
I realized.
Yeah.
They'll hug you back.
Well, yes, with their mouth. I really hope you're not too attached to your face. If that's the case, if this is the moneymaker, I would consider to aspire in a different direction.
21 years of life has taught me that this hasn't made any money so far. So I'm down.
May as well get a cut then. Maybe something will happen.
You know? Like a war scar, and I can just be like, I got this hugging a bear. I mean, come on, that's amazing.
That is kind of funny.
I got this hugging a bear.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a reason they call it bear hug. So that's where I was started not being too attached to that dream, because I
think there are places that you can actually go and see baby bears.
Yeah, there's got to be like soft bears. They're not like the huge grizzly bears, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
A panda bear.
No, you don't want to mess with a panda bear. No, they do love to eat. Like 14 hours a day they spend eating, and they will fight over the same bamboo stick, even though they're sitting in a lot of them.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that reminds me of someone.
Yeah.
That reminds me of someone. Shout out to my brother, because it's like we do the same thing. It's like there are a lot of water bottle. We grab the same one. He goes like, I got it first. No,
it's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, take the other bottle. Why? And there's more. You know. I want that one.
كل شيء من إيدك حلو. That's right.
What animals are local to Kuwait? Like tigers, lions? Are those like from Kuwait or like
cheetahs?
You said cheetahs.
We used to have cheetahs, washaq, which is the caracal. We have.
Let me search that stuff up. Like
caracal. Yeah, they're the ones with like the funky ears.
In like the Kuwaiti desert, you have the cheetahs.
Well, in the Kuwaiti desert, I don't even think plants can survive right now. But
there we go. Yeah. Oh,
yes, you did.
Yeah. That's okay. I've seen these before. Yes.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a cat that just overgrew.
It's a lynx. Yeah, I mean, they look small, but they're really not, and their teeth tell you that they're not that small. Yeah, look at those ears.
Yeah, those are. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so in one of our previous episodes, like very early on in the day when we had Mason, I was telling him about jarabi, and I didn't know how to explain it in English. So
gerbil.
What is? Hold on. Is this like a? It's not a meerkat. Hold on. Gerbil is a no.
It's the.
I tried to explain this.
Terrible. Yeah. Rat-looking.
It's like a. Yeah, but I don't know what it is in English.
Hold on.
Oh, here it is. It's called Dipodidae. Dipodidae.
Hold on.
This is literally the name. It's called Jerbu' in English.
Dipodidae.
Rodent. Can you tell me the spelling again?
There you go. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh. Well. I don't know what happened there, but something happened.
Just go down.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So Mason, if you're still watching, this is what we go hunting for in the middle of the desert.
What?
No, we don't hunt them. We just catch them and we take pictures and let them back into the wild.
Oh my god! You need to, while you're on there, just put pygmy in front of it. PYMYGY. PYGYM.
I don't know what you just said. Dude,
Hold on. Wait, pig. Okay, PYGMY. Yeah, try that.
Oh yeah, this is the one. There we go. This is like, yeah.
This is what you do when you go to the desert alley.
Well,
look at that one.
Answered
Oh my god.
this.
It's so cute. The one on right to the left. Look how tiny that thing is.
Yeah, well,
it's so cute.
When we catch them, they're actually like pretty. My other left. Wait, that's then your right. So this.
That's the left. The one more left. So left. Go down two. The other way. That way.
Dude.
The beginning of that one.
That one
looks like a Pokemon.
Way too tiny. Yeah, it looks like a Pokemon.
See, I told you, it's all Pokemon. You guys are gonna be
all
like,
Pokemon.
It's not good. But what do you think? I think you remember back in the days when they had those dog fights in Medina, dude. That was the stupidest shit ever.
Back in the day.
Well, what are those?
I know.
What are those? Dog fights?
Yeah, they basically train their dogs to attack, and it's like a Pokemon thing. Like, I choose you, German Shepherd.
There is
fight to what? The death.
Fight till one dies. Yeah, it's
still a thing.
It's bullshit. Yeah, it's still a thing. So some guy contacted me on Instagram last week, showed me a video of this dog with like the leg is totally screwed up. And then I was like, yeah, I can't listen. I'm like, there's only two ways this dog can go. I was like, it looks like it has a hip problem that kind of translates to the ankle. And I was like, I can get you an appointment at Royal, hopefully. Because I have a good relationship with them, and we can get like Royal Animal Hospital. It's like the best one in Kuwait.
But I was like, super
far
away.
There's really good. No, that's IVH. That's in Wafra. Royal is in Rai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was like, we can get you an appointment there. There's a really good surgeon. Blah blah blah. And then I start looking through his account, and it's like they breed to fight, and I'm like, what? And the videos and their posts like. They'll post people holding dogs and the dog will start running. And then the next video is another dog running. And I started looking at all of the captions. And it's like, this guy is literally promoting and breeding for dog fights. And he had the audacity to ask me. I'm like the big old whistleblower. I will destroy this man. So I was like, are you stupid? But I contacted him again several times after, and I think he picked up. Like someone must have told him, like, don't talk to her. So instead of so I canceled his appointment, and then I just sent him to like the people that are high in the government that deal with this stuff. And one of my friends is like royal family, and he's in the Emiri Guard. And I was like, can you handle this for me? And so he has like people following this to get this guy and his ring like busted. But this is the thing. I mean, these people will fight everything, even roosters.
Oh, like, that's very famous in Mexico, by the way. They,
also Kuwait.
I mean, also Kuwait. But yeah, they do this thing where it's like they put two roosters and they peck each other to death. But they do the same in Mexico where they put like metallic shit on the animal just to. Well, there you go.
I don't know if you know.
We're not all that bad.
Not sure.
But what they used to do, this is a very medieval thing as well. They used to do it in like medieval England, where they would custom build like a metal beak that places over the rooster's beak.
Yeah, they did a lot of messed up stuff back
like
then.
Talons, and it would hurt more. Yeah, they used to do that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, so
I don't think people are that creative here, to be honest.
Yeah, well, no, they're just like
like go. Yeah. It's like literally watching like Street Fighter.
It is.
This is literally it.
It's like dog giving you a good shoryuken and stuff. But what I want to talk about also is treatment of animal in our facilities. Now, it doesn't take a genius to see that they're not really, enjoying the weather.
Equipped?
Or
the weather
are not very equipped because they leave them out in the open. It's not a closed zoo.
And it's so hot in Kuwait, the sandy desert.
I mean, I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know if
tell us, Tamara. What's it like?
Because the last time I went to the zoo was 2008, 2009. and it's like,
Oh wow.
yeah.
That's a
So
long
you
time
see,
ago.
the
Yeah, it's so
they're
different.
literally like the lions are out there under the sun, and they're just like, when are you guys gonna piss off so
Yeah.
I can go back
So
into my cave?
we have a really good central AC with compressors now. We've complained enough, and things have happened to get to this point, unfortunately. But because budget, budget.
The budget is
But now,
enough.
not from us personally. Like we definitely have done our as much as we can, getting our own like ACs set up, working with just like watering the ground. We have a lot of like,
wow.
What is it like enrichment that involves ice, like in the summer. Like one of the bears will just give them like these big water containers that you put and. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're about.
So they fill them with water and they put like fruits in there and they, or like some herbs and they freeze it and then they like hang them on ropes, or they'll hang them on ropes before and they'll like put it out for like the bears to play with and bathe in and eat the ice to get to the fruits or like get to toys and stuff. But like most of the cages have indoor areas where the animals can go in and chill out. Almost all of them right now have water sources, like a little pool for them, for the ones that like to swim. Like we have this confiscated, beautiful white tiger, and she sits in her water bowl all the time. So we're building her a really nice pool for her to swim in. We try to do that as much as possible. I mean, the thing is, the zoo is kind of in a residential area that's near the highway, so getting a lot of ventilation in there isn't so easy. For a lot of the birds that are outside, that like the ground birds or like the flamingo enclosure has water. There's a lot of shaded areas for them. The llamas that are outside, I put an AC unit, like a water fan thing, in their enclosure, and it's outside. I'm done with like, there is a shaded area inside they come into. It's like right there. So they all have this option. Like the oryxes, which is a indigenous. It's Arabian indigenous and indigenous to, it's the ones like the Qatar Airways.
Yeah, they're indigenous to like the Omani Highlands and the
Kuwait also, and Kuwait.
Oh wow!
So before we killed them by destroying our environment, but basically,
what environment in Kuwait? Isn't it just sand and desert?
There used to be.
I mean, still
definitely. Yeah, it leans towards the beige aesthetic, but there was a lot of desert life. Like foxes are part of the desert life, snakes are part of the desert life. There are even hubara, which are bustards. That's what they're called, bustards.
How do you call it? Hubara?
Yeah, so hbara, so hbari is how you spell it, or it's bustard. B-U-S.
Okay.
It's a bird.
I realized in hbari. Okay, hello. Here, this right here. There you go. This is the bird she's talking about, people. This is a very anti-Spotify episode. I realize we showed a lot of stuff, so it's like, to the people of Spotify who are listening now, I promise I'll make it up to you somehow. Just let us enjoy this episode, please. All right, cool.
Animals. Are they at the zoo?
Yeah, so we have those guys as well, but I mean, it like we even have an enclosure that's like a rainforest based enclosure. So you walk in and it's kind of steamy in there, and there's like, you walk in a circle and it's like tropical plants. So we try to keep each of the enclosures based on the environment. But like oryx, for example, are very used to our environment. They don't need, like, we have shade for them. We have a water pond for them. They don't need to be inside AC. We have an inside area with a fan, but they don't need, like, being inside in an AC is not part of their environment. True. The apes, on the other hand, that we have, like, yeah, there's an indoor area where there's like great AC. So a lot of them, the bears like to sit in front of the fans, literally like that. The bears love being in front of the fans. So,
I mean, from what I'm hearing from you, the zoo has changed a lot. I mean, no thanks to we know who, but like, I would like to actually visit. I think it's good that people I think people should be encouraged to go to the zoos more often.
Is it going to open up soon? Or is it
probably at the end of, we want it to open in the last possible phase because big cats can get COVID. So I don't really want to deal with Corona tigers.
Corona tigers.
Corona tigers. That sounds like a type of beer, you know, like Corona Extra Corona.
Yeah. Or like something fun that you'd smoke and probably pass out later.
Out of all the zoos you've seen, right, other than Kuwait Zoo, what's your favorite zoo?
San Diego.
See, I knew it. I knew it. San Diego, because it's
What is that? Why the San Diego Zoo?
Oh my God, dude! I was there last year. I worked there for a little bit between there and the Wild Animal Park, just to learn a little bit more. And my God, that place is amazing. Okay, first thing, I grew up next to it. Okay, so I used to, when I was living in the States as a kid, I used to go there on the weekends. The staff, the facility is incredible. Like as a clinic, as a functioning clinic, they have a CT scan in there. One of the cases was an Amur leopard. If you don't know what an Amur leopard is, you need to Google this now.
Done.
AMUR, yeah, AMUR leopard. They're stunning. And she bit onto a stick, and it like kind of shot back into her mouth. They couldn't figure out why and she was a black one. She was a black one. But they couldn't figure out why she was Wow. Yes. She was black. Oh my God, it was stunning. They couldn't figure out why she had all of this like nasal discharge and salivating and whatnot, and they found through the CT scan that she like chewed on a stick, like on a branch, and it kind of got lodged in the back of her throat. But it was so amazing to see how like they have all of these small shows, they train them well, they're kept enriched, they're, you know, it's kind of like,
that's cool.
When you talk about a zoo, that's the dream, you know, that place is the dream. If you talk about a wild animal park, San Diego Wild Animal Park is also a dream.
I think, you know what I think Kuwait should do? I think they should just take all the animals and put them in a brand new zoo that's double the size of the ones we have now, far away from.
That's the plan.
Oh, that is the plan. They actually are going to do that.
Hold on. That was the plan.
COVID.
Funding. But they had this beautiful project that was going to have like a real state-of-the-art like clinic in there, like hospital, full functioning hospital. It was supposed to be mine, and basically it's supposed to be out in like Slebechat area or Subia or something out there, and it's supposed to be like this massive open project that you can drive in a safari style and see animals.
Wow.
And and then they made it so difficult for the committee that's on it that they decided, like, it was just, you know, when they play with paperwork so that you can't go anywhere, that's essentially what happened. And then they decided to pull the funding because they have
what a shame,
more malls to build or something.
More malls to build, and
you do
less care for
do you do any shows? Yeah, do you do any shows in the Kuwait Zoo? No, none of that.
I was at I wish I think, you know, like, I can't even get some of our education department at the zoo to like give a guided tour. Like, what's your purpose? Like, really, what's your purpose? We have like an area of like taxidermied animals that have died, and every time I walk through it, I'm like, oh look, this is like our clinic's downfall, you know, like, and they're like, no, it's a learning thing. I'm like, what are they learning? You know, like, they're not even bones that they can look at. It's just literally a taxidermied animal. I hate that room. I'm gonna do something about it soon, but they might just go missing.
I mean, Casper, the friendly ghost, might just borrow a few ones, you know.
His name is Qusay. His name is Qusay. Okay.
Qusay, the friendly ghost. My bad. Yeesh. But yeah,
so you haven't taught any of the animals any tricks, or?
Actually, so it's not about, so Laith, our little lion, we were teaching a few things here and there. A lot of the elephants I have to train for blood draws and trunk washes, and I did a small course. Well, I went to this amazing.
1 second.
Well, what are you looking at? What just happened?
No, wait. You called a lion Laith?
Yeah, that wasn't my creativity on that side.
Who the hell calls a lion?
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
You could have called him like anything from the Lion King. You decided to go with lion in Arabic.
Please don't say Simba, because somebody else wanted that, and I was super against it.
You can go Nala.
No, let's call it Shatsi.
See? You can call him Mufasa.
Mufasa.
There you go. I mean, it is African. The lions are African, so
Yeah.
So you taught Laith how to do like backflips and stuff?
We're not there. I mean, I couldn't even get him to leash walk because he's so stubborn. But like the elephants, I'm more interested in medical training, so making sure that they can come up and take injections or have procedures done. And there's this guy who works at this amazing zoo and wild animal park in Sweden. It's in South Sweden called Kolmården. And he's literally taught the elephants to stand there and give their foot for like a foot file, or like take blood. It literally gives its ear. Like it literally will open its ear for you. This guy has done amazing stuff with, I'll link you guys later, but he's done amazing stuff with like animals and how to train them for medical procedures to decrease stress. It's really beautiful. They fly all of their wild birds, like their owls and their birds of prey. They fly them in the zoo. They literally like let them go. They have trackers on them.
Wait,
and then
what?
they call them back.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they call them back.
Sweden.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and they've taught them that if you get lost, what they'll do is they'll track it. Yeah, they'll track the animal, and they'll go by that area and they'll put down a box, and that box means come in, and they'll blow a whistle and the animal will literally fly in. But usually they all fly back, like they know when to come back. They walk on the floor and the bird is flying on top of them. Far on top of them.
I feel like
but they do cool shows.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. I feel like in zoos sometimes they keep cages to keep the animals inside, but if like sometimes animals need to be free and have the option
they should
of
all
coming
be
back,
moving.
and they can
Yeah, absolutely. Especially something with wings, but that's actually really cool because sometimes we'll find new bird species in the zoo, but like we never had them. So they've migrated and stopped, and then they've just decided to stay, which is it's a really nice thing. Yeah, like we also have this like guinea. Yeah, of course, they just become part of like, and I think some of the bird enclosures, like the holes in the cage, aren't very small, so a lot of small birds can come and go. So sometimes we'll see like a random one, and I'm like, where did that come from? It wasn't there before.
Do we have
a
rhinos?
lot of cats that like to live. No, thank God, do not give that idea. I love rhinos. I don't want to see them in a zoo here. No, black rhino, I think is what you're thinking. Black-horned rhino.
Black-horned rhino, they're extinct, aren't they?
Pretty much. There's going to be a lot of extinction right now. So in the next few years, I think.
Really?
Which animals to be? Please tell me spiders. I hate them so much. I'm arachnophobic.
Oh my God.
I'm heavily arachnophobic.
They're so cute. I used to raise them on my windowsill as a child.
I hate them so much. It's disgusting
I
hate them. Here's a funny story.
Have you met a fun tarantula?
No, dude, listen, in biology, back in school, the teacher handed me like in a closed case, a dead spider. It's like I'm still traumatized from that one time. I almost puked. My face went white. I almost fainted. I hated my life. I hated every second of it. I literally teared and had one of my friends remove that shit from my face. Right? I was like, please take it away. I cannot look at it.
But why? Like, what's the fear from?
I just don't like them.
Coming from? But why?
I don't know.
Well, you can't justify that. Like some people are just scared of animals, right? Some people are scared of cats and dogs and just like
but I think fear is always coming from somewhere, whether it's passed down through generations, because trauma can be passed down.
I'm not afraid of lions, nor am I afraid of big ass cat or bear.
That spider.
But if I see a spider do this little thing that they do with their teeth ready to go,
it's so cute.
What do you mean it's passed down like through trauma? Like if a parent is afraid of a cat, then the kid will be afraid of the like cats? Or?
Well, there's there's like a few, it depends on what okay, first thing, trauma is generational, I think. And so I think trauma is passed down from your parents, like the things that your family has not healed in their generations, like your grandfather, your grandmother, I think can pass to you, and it's up to you to break a cycle. And I think that's also explained through epigenetics. But I think a lot of these fears, like my friend has always been scared of dogs and she didn't understand why. So she worked through it. And she's like, I don't know if cause like nobody in her family is scared of dogs, but it could have been like a past life thing. So it, kind of depends on your belief where you are. But I really do believe, and I really see it because there's so much trauma that's passed through your genes. Like your DNA holds weight. Like if it's holding your genetic compound, your consciousness is also part of it. So
it's a fair statement. But for me, I just don't like them because of the amount of videos I've watched on spiders and all that stuff. Like, especially when they do that thing I told you with the teeth out and ready to go.
They don't do that. They don't like.
They don't. Wait, what?
I mean,
You watch it's from a movie or something. You probably watched like
No,
eight-legged
I'll tell you
freaks,
where I
like some.
Steve Irwin. He put his hand in like this little hole on the ground and he screamed. I yelled at my iPad. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then he pulled out the spider. He's like, oh, would you look at that? She just ate her husband. I was like, wait, what?
Yikes.
I was like,
yeah, she's a black widow.
I guess so. And then as soon as he tried to poke it with the stick, the old bitch did this thing that I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody poked you with a stick, wouldn't you do the same thing?
No, I just say I wouldn't do this per se, but I'd say, yo, watch the stick.
I mean, you did that to a spider that was dead. I'm pretty sure you did the same for a
I didn't
stick.
do that. All I did was like back off, look up, and I asked my friend to remove it. Shout out to them. If they're watching this. You remember that story.
Well, Tamara, we are out of time.
I just realized.
We're at the zoo.
Yeah,
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Yeah, like this. Oh, there was
This
so
is a
much
fun one.
Can I ask one last question?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Is there a general stigma or fear around the bats in our zoo because of the whole, Wuhan thing with the bats and the corona?
We actually don't. So we don't have bats at the zoo,
Mhm.
but the scientific center has fruit bats. And sometimes you can find them in Kuwait, like normally. Like I had one fly into my hair. I think it thought it was a nest. Things get stuck in here all the time. But no, actually, no, not really. I think there is more fear of Chinese people than there are of bats. if that makes
Bats who
sense.
actually caused the virus. But you know what? Hey,
No,
what?
a human caused the virus. Let's be honest.
I mean,
Why are you eating a bat?
True. Like, what the hell's wrong with chicken, beef, and like lamb? Like, come on.
No, I mean, like, but all of these markets where they keep animals in this like kind of captivity together, and it's messy and it's dirty. I mean, something's gonna jump ship, right?
Pretty
Whether
much,
it's to
yeah,
us, whether
and
it's
you
to
have
another animal.
virus.
So
Then
Yeah.
because viruses do that. They have the antigen shifting and drifting, and they start mixing their genes with other, and then you have like a hybrid virus. But I guess to each their own. At the end of the day, we are happy to have you.
We're
okay?
so happy. This was a lot of fun.
This was a lot
thank
of
you.
fun.
This was fun. I'm gonna send you guys some videos on that guy who trains animals. I'll send
Yeah.
you his YouTube so you guys can see what he does.
Fair. Anyways, I don't know if you've watched any of our full episodes before.
Is there any?
Maybe.
Yeah. Is there anything
No,
you'd
I
like to
actually
say?
was like scanning.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to shout out before we wrap up?
Don't buy illegal monkeys.
True. I won't. No promises.
And if you're gonna go to any of these like wildlife places, that sanctuaries, just do some research and make sure they're ethical and you're not like riding elephants or petting sedated tigers and stuff like that.
Oh my God! Whoa.
But other than that, spread the love.
Spread love.
Spread a lot of
Humans
love.
and animals.
Yeah.
Let us go back to what we once were. Anyways, thank you for coming on watching another episode. I almost messed that up. If you made it this far, subscribe. Come on. We're trying to do a little something here. Also,
Hell yeah.
this is usually how we sign out. It's a salute to cover the cam, but the light's too bright, so I can't see the art. And peace.